Goseck Circle by Aaliyah, Cassidy, and Lily.
This is Goseck Circle, also known as the Goseck Sun Observatory. It is located in the town of Goseck in Saxony-Anhalt, Germany. It is believed to be the world's oldest observatory and Europe's oldest Neolithic central enclosure. Goseck Circle was built around 4900 BCE and used around 4700 BCE. Very little is known about the site or the people who built it. It was discovered by Otto Brasch in 1991 during an aerial survey which showed ridges under a wheat field. Major archaeological excavations began in the early 2000s.
In our research, we discovered that the Goseck Circle, a Neolithic circle structure, was very similar in structure to Stonehenge. It is 75 meters wide, with 4 concentric circles. As seen here, there are 3 gates facing southeast, southwest, and north. There's also a mound, a ditch, and 2 wooden palisades. A narrow ditch envelops the circle wooden wall. It was used as a sun observatory and was used to track the sun throughout the year. On the winter solstice, at the center of the circles, you would see the sun rise and set through the southern gates.
These pictures obtained from Stellarium illustrate the location of the rising and setting sun on the winter solstice during the time Goseck Circle was inhabited. The point of view shown is the exact longitude and latitude of the center of Goseck Circle. As you can see, the sun rises directly southeast and sets directly southwest. This corresponds to the exact location of the 2 south gates at Goseck Circle. The gates pictured would show the sun's rays into the center of Goseck Circle on this important day. This is crucial because it shows how the solstice and ancient understandings of astronomy were integrated into the construction of this structure. The reason that it was concluded that this particular site was important for the winter solstice instead of the summer solstice is the position of these gates. If we again used images obtained from Stellarium, we can see that during the summer solstice, the sun would rise northeast and set northwest, and therefore would not shine through these gates. However, there exist over 100 similar circular Neolithic structures across Central Europe. Therefore, it is possible, while the focus of this structure was on the winter solstice, others could have been used during rituals on the summer solstice.
The site sits on one of the 2 unique latitudes in the world, where the full moon passes directly overhead on its maximum zeniths. Nebra shards were found in Goseck Circle and are dated to around 1800 BCE. They were found within the compound and put the construction of the observatory at 4900 BC. The people who built Goseck Circle are known only as the stroke ornamented war culture, from the fragments of pottery they left behind. Very little is known about the culture and their religion and beliefs, but the remains of headless skeletons, human and animal bones, decapitated oxen, and ritual fires all point towards burial rituals or human sacrifices that would have been timed by the circle.
Goseck Circle is an intriguing ancient marvel that showcases the innovation and culture of our ancestors. While it is unclear what specific people lived here and what rituals were done, it is known that they included sacrifices or burial rituals because of the human and animal bones found. If we reference other cultures, we can hypothesize that these rituals and astronomical connections Goseck Circle contained were connected. Just like the Aztecs performed human sacrifices to appease their sun god Huitzilopochtli, it is possible that the people that once inhabited Goseck Circle used their sacrifices to satisfy their own gods. Without current astronomical knowledge, ancient civilizations had little to understand the rising and setting of the sun, and therefore created their own stories and explanations. We also know that many of Europe's first farmers worshipped the sun because of its importance in giving light and the changing seasons that signify important times, like planting and harvesting seasons. Some researchers even claim that the circle is a calendar that informed ancient farmers when to begin counting days until spring planting. Additionally, the location of Goseck Circle is unique, as it lies on the exact latitude where the sun rises and sun sets in midsummer are at 90 degrees from the moon's setting in the north and rising in the south. This latitude is even more distinctive as it is one of only 2 latitudes where the full moon crosses directly overhead on the maximum zenith. These are both visible phenomena that the ancient civilizations that built Goseck Circle would have noticed and possibly found interest or importance in. It can be suggested that the location of Goseck Circle was chosen specifically for these reasons and could possibly also have religious significance. Finally, as previously mentioned, when in the center of the circles on the winter solstice, the sun rises and sets through the southern gates. This again encourages us to wonder why Goseck Circle was constructed in this manner and how it relates to the cultural evidence left behind. For many cultures, the winter solstice is seen as a time of darkness and sometimes evil. This prompted some societies to hold ceremonies that include fire to light the way through the darkness. Within Goseck Circle, certain areas where human remains were found also had walls that were severely burned, suggesting this location could have held similar ceremonies. Another fascinating element to the mystery of Goseck Circle is the way its structure creates enveloping sound with the wind.
Most of our research showed that there was a strong connection to naked eye astronomy at Goseck Circle. As previously stated, the location of the site aligns with the sunrise and sunset during midsummer. The structure of the site was also built so that the sunrise and sunset during the winter solstice aligned with the southern gate. This clearly indicates that the people of Goseck Circle were able to observe these patterns and found them significant enough to mark with the structure. Again, as previously said, very little is known about the people. We infer that Goseck Circle was probably used for religious purposes like many other cultures. As the site specifically marks the solstices, it was probably also used as a way to track time, which was especially important for agricultural societies. After the archaeological excavations were completed in 2005, the site was reconstructed using 1,675 oak poles to rebuild the palisades. It was opened to the public on December 21st, which was the winter solstice. Goseck Circle remains a popular tourist attraction that shows us just how important it is to look up at the sky.